Today's Spotlight is brought to you by the following sponsors. My first guest today is the Rotary Club of Naperville, and I'd like to welcome John Gallagher. He's the Rotary Club president for this year. Welcome, John.
Hi, Jane. Thanks so much for having us today.
Oh, you're welcome. And I've got Wendy Gross to my right. She is the co-chair for Soups On this year.
Correct.
And joined also with Janet Derrick, who's with us often, and this time in her role as the co-chair for Soups On.
Yep.
Terrific. Well, John, I'm going to start out with you. I'd like you to tell us a little bit, if you would, about the Rotary Club of Naperville. Tell us what it's all about.
Sure, glad to. Rotary Club of Naperville started in 1940. We're in our 75th year in Naperville. We have about 133 members in our club. And I joined about 8 years ago, and little did I know I'd be joining one of the best clubs in the country. And that's not because of anything I did. We have some tremendous leaders that went before, that started this club, and that gave this a vision that has made us unique amongst all Rotary clubs in the country. You've probably heard of the House of Dreams raffle,
Right.
Which we give away $1 million home.
That's amazing.
And we have a substantial trust that will give on long after we're gone. And that funds our club. So our club, a typical club, gives away about $10,000 a year. And our club gives over $400,000 a year. Our number one fundraiser locally is Soups On. But then we get money from the trust that we give over $100,000 to local community organizations like CARES. Mm-hmm. We give to scholarships for all the high school kids in the community. We give away to international projects where we build wells and water reclamation programs all over the world. And we're strictly business and professional people that are dedicated to our motto, service above self.
That's terrific. Now, that's a lot of stuff that you're giving money to, so that's exciting. Tell us a little bit, if you would, Janet, what drew you to the Rotary?
You know, originally, as John mentioned, you know, I'm the executive director of Naperville Cares in my other life. And the Rotary has always been very generous to us through the community grants. And so I decided, you know, I need to go to a meeting. And actually, one of the first meetings I went to, John was the sergeant. And he's very entertaining. But really, what struck me was the amount of work they did do. I mean, I knew obviously they gave us money, but what else did they do? And it was just really amazing how much contributions they make and how much impact they have. And then quite honestly, it's filled with wonderful individuals. It's always nice to meet new people and get to work with new people and work on projects, and it's been just really, it's just a terrific group of people to work with.
So not just giving, it's also getting, because you're getting that social
absolutely.
Component as well.
Right,
Well,
absolutely.
Wendy, talk to us a little bit. You're the co-chair this year with Janet on Soups On, so why don't you tell us a little bit about that? What's going to happen this year with Soups On?
Pardon me if I get a little excited about it, though.
Okay,
Because I've been
that's
working on this for a few years.
Be excited. That's
I
a
get
good
a little
thing.
excited about it. Soups On is a wonderful family event, and I think that's probably the key word. It's a family event, and there's something there for everyone. We are so blessed to live in a community where we have so many talented high school students. So we get students from all the schools around, or all the high schools. They perform, and they're fabulous. Matter of fact, they spoil us. If you go to a Broadway show, you go, gosh, we've got that at home in our high schools. So they're fabulous. We have wonderful food in town. I think everyone can agree with that. And so we have over 25 restaurants sharing the best of what they cook. So you won't go hungry when you come to Soups On.
So do I go around? Describe to me how, as I come in, how does that work? Am I going around from station to station, eating at every one, or how does
I think
that
you
go?
could do that.
Okay,
yes.
good.
You get a refillable bowl. It's a beautiful commemorative bowl that you get to take home with you, and we have little sanitary inserts at every station, so don't worry about that bowl getting dirty.
No commingling in the bowl.
No commingling. And you go from station to station, and although it's named Soups On, we really have all sorts of food. There is barbecue and sliders and dessert and beverages. So there's, I mean, you won't go home hungry.
You can
I
graze
promise.
for hours.
Yes. Yes. You will not go home hungry.
No.
So give us an idea. This is the 7th year. How much money has it made since it started?
We have raised over $700,000 for our community and for organizations in our community. So it's a heartwarming event. And I will throw in the DuPage Children's Museum is there, so your kids are safe. They can go play. And we also have a silent auction. So there's really something for everyone. Oh, and a Bears Lounge this year too for the game. You don't have to miss the game.
Oh, well, that's very important.
It's very important.
Food and football is a good combination.
Right, absolutely.
Janet, tell us a little bit about, the money that is raised at Soups On. It goes in support of 3 specific charities?
Right. So it's actually four specific charities this year. So it is Hesed House, DuPage Pads, and Loaves and Fishes are the primary focus. And then money does go to Rotary Charities of Naperville, which helps fund some of our community grants also. So it is the 4 charities, but they're great partners with us. They work very hard. All these agencies, they work hard. They're on our steering committee. They help sell tickets. So these 3 agencies are terrific partners, as well as our Rotary members. So we really do have a true impact on the community.
Now, so we've got Rotary members working alongside, we've got restaurants partnering, we've got the high schools partnering, and it sounds like we could, if I was just a volunteer, I could also help. Is that true?
Absolutely. We're always looking for volunteers. It takes about 140 volunteers to run this event. We really reach out. Who are great partners with us are the high school students. So we work with all the high schools that provide volunteers for us. And we work with the Interact clubs, because we actually have Rotary Interact at most of the high schools, and then Key clubs and honor societies. They're really terrific partners with us. So
we're using Boy Scouts this year,
and we're using
too,
Boy Scouts for
in the
parking
parking
this year.
Oh, well, that's great. That's
Yes.
wonderful. Well, listen, let me just finish up with John. Tell us a little bit about, if we wanted to get involved in the Rotary, how would I go about that?
Well, if you're a business and professional man or woman and you'd like to serve in the community, obviously there's many, many great organizations. We're one of many. And I'd like to tell you that we have one Rotary Club in Naperville, but they meet in 4 different locations.
Okay.
We're not the only club in Naperville. We have a Sunrise Club, we have a 444 Club that meets at 444 on Thursday, I believe, and then we have a South Club that meets in the morning. So we have 4 different times, 4 different locations where you can come, visit, sit in on a meeting, find out if you like the people, and don't hold that against me. And then choose where you'd like to serve, and come in and join the fellowship and the service. And I tell people Thursday is my favorite day of the week, because I get to sit with quality business and professional men and women that have one sole purpose, and that's to make this world a better place.
Oh, that's terrific. So no matter where I live in Naperville, no matter what day's good for me, I can be a part of Rotary, I can serve, and on October 19th, I can come on out and enjoy some wonderful soup at Naperville Central High School. I wish you guys the best of luck with that event. We're so glad that you were with us tonight. And we'll be right back after this short break.